Hi, welcome back to Smoking Cheltenham. Hope you're well. Um, yeah, you might notice there's a picture appeared in the background there. Um, Wife painted that. She's quite artistic there. Looks alright, doesn't it? Yeah, not bad. Um, yeah, what we'll do today, there were a few interesting races on Tuesday, so we'll review them today because there's so much coming up now. Do you know, like today, it's Thursday, so yeah, there's some Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like. So I thought we'll get them ones out of the way this show. Then, you know, try because it's yeah, there's going to be so much. I mean, we've got like a glut of racing this weekend, don't we? I think that's happened, with them putting the down Royal meeting back. So it's just, yeah, it's just mental. It is. Um, we'll preview the weekend's action, but I'll keep that pretty brief because it might be one of the most pointless kind of weekend preview videos you've ever seen because I ain't actually got a bet for you either at the end of it. I mean, I ain't got, it's Friday, Thursday morning, so I ain't got the decks through for Saturday or Sunday yet. And the races that are priced up, I kind of like the favourites, but at the prices they are, I personally, I don't think the value's there, so, but I'll enjoy it anyway. Um, it's one of the good things in it. One of our weapons is the bookies have to bet in every race, but we don't have to, do we? We can just pick and choose our battles. Um, but I do have 20 to 1 for Cheltenham. Yeah, I'm gonna, yeah, one of our fellow ramblers there has kind of just tipped me over the edge with this horse. I've had it on my mind a while. Um, we'll do that at the end. We'll crack on with this first, right? So, very else, yeah, that selection, I know the way you're thinking. It was suggested beforehand this might be an interesting race, and it certainly were, weren't it? Uh, where do we start here? An epic song were withdrawn, a non-respiratory infection. Don't know, maybe it had handbrake issues or something, but yeah, he didn't line up, which was a shame. It'd have been interesting to watch how he got on. I know the way you're thinking, yeah, we kind of got a lot right in this race. We were just sort of, it was one or the other, imagine, and I know the way you're thinking, and we kind of fell down with the wrong one there. We were well back from 9 to 2 into 11 to 4, and he were beat 2.5 lengths at the line. I'd say it was an interesting ride. You say these JP horses, I think basically he's got 4 for Cheltenham, hasn't he? His big 4, he's got Iroko, Factor in the pocket, and the Emmett Mullins, Corbett's Cross. They're his big 4. The rest of them, yeah, if you back them first time up for a novice chase, as I suggested, there might be another day in mind for them. And I think that's, I think that's the case here. Yeah, he jumped okay. He weren't especially quick. He more sort of popped him. I think 4 out, you kind of knew your fate here. He was spotting lead of 10 lengths or so, making no great effort. Briefly nudged him a little briefest to nudges 3 out. Came round the hometown there, home turn, sort of took the scenic route, managed to lose another few lengths there. Jumped 2 out, 8 length, no massive effort there. Jumped the last, leaders away and gone. Finally released that handbrake and he flashed home, didn't he? Beaten 2.5 lengths. I've watched this race a few times, and every time I watch him after the last. I just can't help laughing. I can't. It's stewards had to sort of be seen to doing something. They did have a word with him, but you know, it's JPO, isn't it? Possibly if it weren't a JPO, they might have took action there. But it's fine. It's fine. It's the game, isn't it? We know what game we're playing in. And that's that. But yeah, it'll be interesting for an handicap down the line, I'd suggest. Imagine, to be fair, we said these were all quite closely tied in on the hurdles ratings, and to be fair, I'd say he took the best to fences. He jumped well. He's taken well to fences. I'd say he's going to rate a fair bit higher than his hurdle rating there, 136. I can see him maybe, I don't know, we'll see. It's early days, but at the moment I think he could reach that kind of grade 3, grade 2 level over fences maybe. But yeah, he were good. Sandor, yeah, we got this right. They put him in as favourite. A week in the market, he didn't go off favourite. And he ran fine. He was fourth, beating 7.5 lengths there. And yeah, that were fine. You know, I expect he'll leave this run well behind the next day. Right, I haven't really watched the other division out the back yet. They were, I forget the name just off the top of my head. JPOS won that other race within the race. This is kind of what happens, isn't it? And he'd be interesting for a 3-mile handicap chase, but yeah, I just forget the name at the minute. But that'll be further down the line. So that was that, yeah, interesting race, and I expect we'll probably look back at that a few times. Alright then. Yeah. The other selection there, he won. But he'd have had to be quick with the price. The artist formerly known as Ante-Post. Yeah. It's Ante-Post. Commentator kindly informed us it means the well, as he was kind of just sauntering away there to the line. Touch keen early, entitled to that. Then he settled in nicely behind the leaders. He was sent up sides 4 out. Took it up approaching the second last and just kind of sauntered away in second gear. He's a lovely, big, striking individual. Lovely. You can see why they paid the big money for him. Yeah, he was kind of worth the wait there. Mentioned 2.5 after the race connections, I'd suggest. I don't know, he looks like a Ballymore type to me. I can see him ending up in like the Lawlers and Ace, sort of going the Bob Bollinger kind of way. And yeah, he'd be on the shortlist for that race. That were nice. So on to Warwick, Iroko. Kind of ran down the first fence to the left there, jump mark at the left. A bit rusty early over the first few. And then he kind of warmed into the race, didn't he? And he really did warm into the race. By the end of it, you know, he was travelling away great, jumping great, and he were impressive. He were. Before the race, I had him down as a Browns horse. I think most probably did. The manner of his victory, I think, even took connections by surprise there a bit. And he could maybe go the Turners now. He could sort of go the galloping route, you know, Martin Pipe Turners. So we'll see. How strong this race were, I'm not sure. Time will tell, but he couldn't have done that any better. He looks good. He's a bomb-proof Cheltenham contender. He is. He's festival winner. And yeah, he's got to have a big chance wherever he turns up at Cheltenham. So that's him. Yeah. Oh yeah, just going back there. So I just missed that answer. But yeah, he were 11-8 very briefly, and he won at 8-13. He traded quite a bit less than that for most of the day, I think. But yeah, like I say, he was off that point-to-point list the one about the year before, and one off this year's point-to-point list was Jinko Blue. There seems to be a lot all coming out at the same time as these. Yeah, for Nicky, same colours, same connections as Django Bay. He got beat at 4-7. Um, touch keen, little babyish. He'll improve on that. Ben Pauling's personal ambition won this, so a bit of revenge there for the Django Bay Tell the Name race. I suppose he got placings were reversed here. And he looks nice too. Yeah, they look fine, but you know, this I won't be putting him in the same class as sort of Django Bay and Tell the Name. But yeah, we'll see how they go on. So the search for Nicky's Supremos continues today with Will Mount. You've probably seen, as I say, I'll give today's race in a quick mention. You'll know a lot more than me. You've probably seen these races now. Will Mount's been nibbled for the Supreme. He's unbeaten in a point-to-point and 2 bumpers, and he's gone from Neil Mulholland's to Nicky's. Yeah, he's been nibbled at pre-race for the Supreme, so we'll see what he's got there. And the same connections, Break My Soul, in a mare's maiden in a 150 race, looks interesting off that point-to-point list again. She's odds on there, so kind of left her, but be interesting to see how she gets on. She may even be Nicky's mare's novice hurdle horse. We'll see. Yeah, you'll know now, maybe, and that might sound like a ridiculous thing to say after she gets stuffed at odds on. I don't know, but yeah, I think she might be nice. To be fair, we'll see. Allegory is running at Clonmel in a race she's got no right to win on ratings. She's £10 wrong with Muscada, who will love the ground, and even Instit from her own stable is £2 in hand theoretically. Yeah, I was thinking Muscada would get battered here, and you'd get a price for Allegory, and despite everything being against her, I mean, really, she should be coming third today. We'll see. Muscada's earned that rating through a handicap, so I just, like I said, with Allegory, I think she was quite big and raw last year. I think a summer on her back might have done her the world of good. We'll see. I can see her going one or two ways. I think she was a bit raw and weak last year, and she had a tough old race at Cheltenham and then came out twice again after, so that could have left a mark, so she could kind of go the other way. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe she's just strengthened up over the summer, and you might see the finished article this year. We'll see. So you'll probably know now. But yeah, I was a bit shocked at the way the prices went here. So, I've left a bet in on Betfair at 11-4 because I thought Muscada might get battered and Allegory might come out, and maybe that'll happen. I don't know. And sort of around about 3-1, but she's like 5-4. So, no, Allaho's back. Allaho is back. I mean, to be fair, probably the best value bet in the next couple of days is Janadil, but I don't, you don't have to play, do you? I just want to see what Allaho looks like here, and yeah, but he's great to have him back, and I hope he's done well. I do. I think this might be my favourite horse in training. Like I said, he's looking imposing. He's got that presence to him. He's awesome. So as long as he comes back safe and sound, and let's hope he does himself proud. Bit of news that I missed off at the beginning there. Henrietta Knight's back, isn't she? That's lovely. This season's awesome already. I love her. She's kind of one of them, I don't know, she's a bit eccentric, isn't she? Mad as a box of frogs, but I like people like that. And yeah, I like best mates. So. Right then, so yeah, I'll quickly go through the weekend's racing, but like I say, it's probably the most pointless preview you'll ever listen to, because I haven't even got a bet for you. We'll do the Cheltenham one at the end, at least there's something there. Just one sec then. Sorry about that. Yeah, just had to let her blow in there. Brilliant. Stay there. Exeter 255 3 mile novice chase. We get to see Stay Away Faye. She's up against Grey Dawning. Should give her a good test. Albert Bartlett winner. He looks all over a chase. Should improve for a fence. Looks a strong galloping type. We had a little on him for the Browns. Odds on, so not really a bet. But yeah, we'll see how he gets along. Sorry. Right. Holden Gold Cup. This is maybe the closest I came to putting a selection up. Editor Ziggy, sure, 165. He's never won first time out. Solo looks possibly interesting. It got Elixir, Donuts. I thought, just looking at this from a pace angle, all these three are front runners. They all like to front run. So I thought we could approach this race from a sort of pace angle. The mouse horse there, I wanted to like this horse, but to me 147 looks a bit stiff. He's achieved them ratings in small fields. I think the form could be a bit shaky, I'm not sure. He's fully deserving of that rating. But Mouse is coming over, so you do have to respect that. So the two I kind of thought, Warlord and Rave Shashka. Warlord came fourth in an Arkle once upon a time, kind of lost his form after that first one since the wind up, and he's dropped in the ratings down to 140. I think he could win a big race here. Brave Shashka, just so impressive first time out last season at Aintree. That kind of sticks in the mind a bit, and I kind of wanted to be with this horse. I'm just, lost form after that. He's only £2 higher now than that win, when he looks so impressive. He's first run since the wind up as well. I'm just not 100% sure if Exeter's going to be his track. It might be alright, but the thing was, I was thinking maybe 6s or 7s for this horse, and you were putting 100 to 30, so yeah, I'd be kind of between those two there, but I've ended up just leaving that. Down Royal. So I'm kind of skipping through a bit here. We'll be a bit more relaxed next week. Wife's had me busy this morning, so you know, you know how it is. So yeah, be a bit more chilled next week. But, Down Royal. This is Gordon's playground, isn't it? This, but the prices, they're going to be priced accordingly. 12.17, better days ahead. He looks a staying jumping type in the 2 mile 6 maiden. He did disappoint at this meeting last year, and he's likely to be odds on. So again, kind of no bet really. Henry's horse Nasnaria may provide the biggest opposition. There's a few interesting types in there, but I'd expect better days ahead to take this, and he should take a big step forward in staying hurdles, I'd have thought. But yeah, no bet. 127, the Feathered Lady Mare's Novice. Feathered Lady, she were a good mare. She could have won a champion hurdle. I like how these horses are remembered in the titles of the races. It's nice, isn't it? I like that we've got that. Brighter days ahead. But she's skinny, isn't she? I mean, looking at the shade rods on here. So, I love this horse, but I can't sit here and tell you she's a good bet at 5 to 6, 8 to 11. I just can't. But, I think she'll win, and I think and I hope she'll win, and win well. But this is a fair test for her. She's up against Williamstown Dancer, who lost. We got a bit of a line here to Dysart Enos. Dysart Enos hacked up at Aintree last year. Williamstown Dancer came third. Bit of trouble in running, about 10 lengths behind Dysart Enos. Improved since, took 3 out of the last 4 races, and wherever that horse is, Birdie or Bush should be somewhere in the vicinity. We've got Gitare, who's a second season novice. She came second in the Solarina last year to Ashrow Diamond, so she's got a good level of form there. This is a fair step up for brighter days ahead, and like I mentioned after her last run, she's got to learn and grow up pretty quick, because she were very green the last day. So hopefully she's learnt plenty from that. She were jumping out to her left there, weren't she? I think she just scared herself a bit at the second, and then she, like I said, she got into that safe way of negotiate the hurdles. The field here should suit her better. Hopefully they got a nice sort of strong pace, or at least a nice even pace, and he can settle her in and teach her to race. She's got some engine. I love this horse. I think, yeah, I do. She travels, she's got gears, and she's kind of relentless once she hits top gear, So I'm hoping she comes through this. Let's hope she does. Yeah, that should be exciting. Looking forward to that. 2 out of 2, Bottle Green Hurdle. Irish Point is £2 wrong with Magical Zoe in what looks like a bit of a match here. But Magical Zoe, she's got this £12 penalty she's burdened with, hasn't she? So I'd say that would tip the scales Irish Point's way. to be fair, Irish Point looks a good horse. I'd expect he'll take this, but he's odds on again, so you're not getting out in the way of value here. 3:12 race, £1.50. This could be Gordon's big novice this year. Could be. Certainly, he's run some good horses here before in the past. Could be taking this on the way to the Drinmore. And, say he ran Corbett's Cross close last year, 2 mile. Looked very immature last year, so he could have improved a lot for summer out at grass. It's 40-1 for the Turners. If you liked him that much, that could look quite big. But we shall see. The bumper that closes the card has kind of confused me somewhat. We've got the Yellow Clay and Firefox entered for this. Jockey bookings would suggest the Yellow Clay is the first string. Looks a nice, promising type. Why is Firefox here? Why in a bumper? I don't know. I was kind of hoping this would turn into maybe a Martin Pipe horse, but he's throwing away a hurdle run here, so I think we can probably forget that idea. I don't know. I have a little theory what might happen, but it's just one of them mad things. I don't know, I might be wide off the mark here, but I wouldn't be surprised if one of these gets pulled out. And if you back the other one there, obviously you're going to cop for Rule 4, but you take one of these out and the other fella's 1 to 5 or something, and maybe after the Rule 4 you might be on at 4 to 7, something like that. It won't be the first time something like that's happened, so that'd be interesting. I don't know, I could be wide off the mark there, but the same connections. We'll see. Yeah, like I say, I ain't got the decks for all the racing on Saturday and Sunday yet. I'll just see, we've got Jerry Colomb there in the big race on Saturday at Down Royal. He wins this. I think he just wins this. But again, odds on. I would say if you can get odds against for this horse over the weekend, that would be, he'd be the nap this weekend. He's only got one horse to me to beat here, Envoy Allen, and the connections sound just a little bit, Henry doesn't sound even 100% sure he's going to run here, which, given his record at Down Royal, is 4 from 4. I thought they'd have made a big deal about targeting this, and it just doesn't seem to be the way connections are thinking anyway. It's just, he kind of looks the value there at, is it 4 to 1, 5 to 1? But that just worried me a little bit from his point of view. And really, Jerry should be taking care of the rest of these, I think. I think this is a good horse. He's on a little mini squad for the Gold Cup, and I'd say he's a star striker. Yeah. If you got any free bets lying about, it might be just worth chucking a bit at him, because I think it'd be nice to have him for the most. I want to play it that way. I think. Yeah, I've talked about this horse before. I think he's quicker than people think. like I say, I don't think he handled that track last year, and he's one of them horses to me, although he did get beat in the Browns. So this might sound a bit wrong, but he just kind of finds a way to win. He almost pulled it out of the fire, even though I think he wore at sea on that downhill type twisty track there. Yeah, you saw Aintree. He's not a slow horse, you know. He's not. I think he'll win. I think he'll win well. So yeah, he'd be the nap. Sunday, there's some entries at Sunday. Jesus, some of these nascent, I think. Gaelic Warrior is entered up on Sunday. Well, Gaelic jump sideways. And he might do. It's not, you know. He could do. He could easily. I'd like to see this, you know. I hope he runs because it's on a left-handed track rather than him making his debut on a right-handed track. Just chuck him straight in left-handed and we'll find out, won't we, straight away. Could jump sideways. This is, you know, he's gone out to some big prices now for the Stayers Hurdle. I'd imagine the bookies will be cute to this and suspend the betting there for the Stayers while this is running. If they don't, tread carefully if you value your accounts. And if he's jumping sideways, yeah, if you get a little bit of double figures about him for the Stayers, that could be looking nice. We'll see. Eh? Right then. Cheltenham bet. This horse has been on my mind for a little while for this race. And one of our fellow ramblers there, Trevor, just tipped me over the edge with this horse. And the horse is Madgeborough for the Triumph Hurdle. 20-1 pretty much everywhere. It's been on my mind since the stable tours. Willie gave this a good mention. He's got Buntings there as favourite. He's got 5 or 6 here. After the last couple of years, if you can find Willie's Triumph horse early on, you're going to be in a happy place, I'd suggest. You're taking a bit of a punt here, so it's just the 1 point. But yeah, in them stable tours, he did say this horse looks like a 5-year-old already, which, I mean, that's got to be some advantage, hasn't it? If he's physically bigger and stronger than all these other horses, all these 3-year-olds, and he looks like a 5-year-old, that's surely some advantage there. He gave it as his dark horse to follow for the season. Trevor there, this is his one bet for Cheltenham. He's had a nice bet on this at 20s. And yeah, actually motivated me to go and watch this horse. He kind of compared him to a young Galloping. And if you go on at the races and type in his name, you can watch his race there in France. He's just had 1 race so far in France and he won that. And you can see where he's coming from. He does have that way of going about him. And they jump the last, they kind of fan out across the track, and he does hit the line hard. He stays on well. You can imagine him eating that hill at Cheltenham. You can. I don't know if I can. It might not be possible, but if I can put the link on, I'll do that for you. I'll put the link on in the comments and watch yourself there. I'd say he's worth a watch. And guess who owns him? Yeah, JP. So yeah, you're taking a bit of a punt here, but it's just a bit of fun, isn't it? You know. And at 20-1, yeah, we'll have a point on him, and we'll see what happens. Maybe when we see him in the decks, we might top up a little bit more on him. And that is that. Yeah. I'm sorry, kind of rushed through that a little bit, or maybe that's a good thing for you, I don't know. But yeah, we'll be a bit more chilled with it all next week. We're in it now, aren't we? I mean, like I say, we've got a glut of racing, and yeah, it's next. The review show on Monday, I don't know, you might need to book a day off work for it anyway, you know. I need 2 flasks. It could be a 2 flasks. It could be a 2 flask job. Yeah, enjoy the racing this weekend. There's a lot to enjoy. I hope you find a few winners there. And yeah, all the best, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye.